All right, we are continuing our striving for a professional space trucker. We are still in the white sperm suit. We have the small tractor beam on us, and we want to make sure that the game settings and key bindings are correct because hauling is also about taking offs and landings, and we want to speed up the things and we be a little bit more efficient. If you go through these sort of distribution centers, you got a lot of distractions.
All right, so when we are at this kind of location, especially when it's getting daytime, you can spend some time here on location and find loot boxes. We are not proper equipped. The best thing would be if you have a backpack. So we just do a quick walk around.
Yeah, this video is not really scripted. It is like straight off my head. And you probably wouldn't expect to see a parkour video for a Star Citizen hauling guide kind of stuff. But like in Murphy's Law, here is something like a difference. If there is distraction, you will get distracted. And we are distracted from all the stuff that is around what we are actually doing. And seeing this footage, we recorded that few weeks ago because it took us hours and days to do the grinding. We are meanwhile in the experienced rank, but we wanted to record all the stuff until we finished the rookie rank, and this is basically the results days later. And we did something wrong with the recording. We recorded everything, yeah, everything, and we stripped down the video as short as possible. And even, yeah, it's not. It's kind of like off topic what we are doing here and what you see in here. So we went into the facility just to see what's going on there, because moving virtual boxes within a virtual realm is kind of like tedious and sometimes even boring. Yeah, and that's why we got easily distracted. And just notice that, or observing that ourselves, what does that mean, what does that do to us when we are getting distracted? And the base question we need to ask ourselves is, what are we doing, what are we doing here? I mean, if you see it from a gameplay perspective, it is something like what players strive for. Yeah, the progress, the increasement, the achievements, the dopamine hit. So we got kind of like a dopamine hit when we see how the bar of the ranks move slightly to the right after each contract we finish. And as you can see here, we stack contracts with the Hall A because the progress is so slow and it is so tedious, and we want to grind up, let's say, as fast as possible, and want to have the dopamine, yeah, from a gameplay's perspective. And we have to admit here, we are no gamers. We are no regular video gamers. It is kind of weird how we get into it. It is more like we got some spare time. We exit the community flat that we had a few years ago, and we were asking, what are we doing with our time? And so we had some money saved, and we thought we will buy a gaming computer, and so we did. And now we have a gaming computer, and we maxed it out. Yeah, we were googling for the most resource intensive games out there, and Star Citizen Cyberpunk came out. So we started out with Star Citizen because the simulation aspect. We kind of like the simulation aspect, and not really the Second Life stuff, but it is a simulation. Yeah, you can fix basically all the errors and mistakes you did in IRL, and continue to a new career basically. And this is what we are doing. Yeah, we want to prove everybody or everyone that we are capable of doing box moving. Imagine that, virtual space boxes that doesn't give you food on the table, that doesn't pay the rent, that doesn't do basically anything that is, we wouldn't say relevant, but it is in the simulation we are in. We are just going to another simulation simulacra, and that is what we are actually doing here within the verse. And you can get lost into it. And we wouldn't say, yeah, maybe we are already lost in it because we are grinding and doing some videos just to let you know how rookies can do it. Yeah, newbies in the verse, and we showcase how to do it. We also show the distractions. We also show some mistakes that we did and some stuff that happens that shouldn't be there if we talking about the AAA video game. Yeah, but Star Citizen is no AAA video game. It had, passed. It had the potential to be or become a AAA video game, but it does not. And the latest decisions made by the management and the CEOs and the head of the company, Cloud Computer Imperium Games, CIG, the decision they make, it's heavily money orientated. It is not. They talk about quality of service, but we experienced during the hauling stuff some stuff that shouldn't be, and we are thinking about what life, whose life, our life as a citizen here in the stars. To be honest, this is no life. This is somewhat of a simulation. This is somewhat of a video game that we try to enjoy. Yeah, and sometimes we enjoy, but when we compare Star Citizen with other video games that are out there, I mean, actual video games that are out there, Star Citizen is so versatile. You can do so many different stuff, and basically in your way. There is no straight narrative that you need to follow. There's no storyline, not yet, that you need to follow. You can do whatever you want. Yeah, it is our decision to help NOMAN Scrap to create these videos in order to showcase what Star Citizen is. Yeah, what is right now. And but you can do what it has to offer. And we have to admit that here in the Fourth Reich, Alpha 4.0, it is basically all about hauling, PvP, grieving, and probably bounty hunting. And that's all there is. And they are implemented a new star system. Yes, we are here in Benton, the old system, but they implemented a new star system that probably has 6 planets and with its moons and all that. I mean, they look amazing. Each planet has, like in Stanton, its uniqueness, but it is a lot of copy paste work. So there is not much innovation in. You may say, okay, it's the technique behind, yeah, server meshing and all that, but from a gamer's perspective, there is not much innovation in it. The innovation itself, it is basically just the open gameplay that it has to offer. Period, and that's it. Nothing more, nothing less. It is just like that. It is that none of the not existent linear storytelling that you have to follow. You don't even need to make contracts like we do here with the hauling, because we do just contracts primarily for the reputation work. Yeah, we want to grind, we want to wrap up, we want to see what's behind or beyond the members rank, because we did the members rank already in the 324 patch. That was the release of the hauling stuff. And from now, the version we are playing here, it is basically 6 patches after 324.0 probably, where they introduced the hauling stuff. And they were fucking bugged. There are way too many elevators that didn't work, and now they've kind of fixed it a little bit. It is more like all these elevators in space stations and ground locations, distro facilities more specific, they do work. Yeah, they do work if you take contracts from a location to pick up where you not are. That means if you are at Seraphim, for example, and you want to pick up contracts from Seraphim to somewhere, it might be that the boxes don't spawn in. So you need to be somewhere else than Seraphim if you want to pick up boxes from Seraphim to somewhere. And that even remains now during the final editing for this video. It is now at the beginning of February that we counted the patches as far as we we noticed that there was a patch release. Now we are in the 10th patch after 3.24.0 when they introduced hauling, and there are still way too many elevators do not work. And that's exactly, Star Citizen is no AAA video game. It's not even a video game at all. It is a tech preview. And when we see old footage from other players, from other gamers, from other content creators, then we see the progress that had been made during the past, let's say, 6 years. We see the progress in the visuals, in the gameplay, in the options, the opportunities, what Star Citizen has to offer. And seeing that, you can say, okay, there is progress. There are massive progress have been made from CIG, Christopher, Roberts, space industries. We totally can agree on that. There is progress. So it's not that they do nothing. Yeah, do something. And yeah, but overall, if the developers or even Christ Roberts would play Star Citizen as a player, let's say, he doesn't need to play 8 hours a day, 4 hours a day, 1 hour a day. He needs to play, let's say, an 8-hour session in a week. And at the end, probably 2 or 4 4-hour sessions during a month. And let him have the experience that we player base have. And then he might make decisions that is what they say quality of life for the player base. Yeah, but there is no life, not for us. We play a game, or we believe that we play a game. And a lot of people believe that Star Citizen is a video game, but it's not. It's a tech preview still. And here, these rookie rank grindings we are doing is actually in the preview, Alpha 4.0.0, preview of Star Citizen's early access. And imagine that. What kind of definition of quality would that be if you need to release a preview for an early access? Yeah, and sometimes it is, and yet we haven't seen any other video game that offers all these different aspects of doing. Yeah, and that is the citizen aspect in Star Citizen's title. It is the dwelling. We can dwell a lot. It is not a linear storytelling that we need to grind on and walk through, and like Witcher and Cyberpunk, where you can make decisions, and based on your decisions you have a different storyline, which is amazing. But still, it is a storyline. You have to basically follow that storyline in order to accomplish or achieve the goal of that game. And that is actually the definition of a game. Yeah, a game starts and it ends, and during that period you have to achieve something. And Star Citizen offers some stuff that you can achieve, like the stuff that we are doing here. We are striving for ranking up within the hauling for Kovalex in Stanton system, because we want to see what's beyond the members rank. What do they offer to the player base? That's the reason why we strive on. That is one thing, yeah. And the other thing could be, if it comes to a game, what else can we do here in Star Citizen? We can make money, make rewards, yeah. And this is very interesting, the wording. It's not that we make money, it's that we get rewarded for whatever we are doing, yeah. But the reward comes in form of money. And this is what we call a subtle subliminal manipulation of our minds that we grind for money, but we do not. We got rewarded. And that is the dopamine aspect that we had been talking about before. And this is what we want. Yeah, we want to rank up. We want to rank up, see the bar moving slowly to the right. So we get the dopamine. And when we check the wallet, we see a little bit more money on it. That means that we got rewarded. And if the money is, the number is getting bigger, we also get some dopamines. And what we want is basically some challenges, yeah. And when we see all these rookie rank contracts, we need to make the challenge ourselves. That means we need to stack contracts in order to have more complexity to it. And you can do it even with the rookie ranks, yeah. You can stack contracts that has in total that amount of SUs the ship you're using can hold on, and then you deliver the boxes from place A to B, C, D, for example. Yeah, that is one pickup location and 3 delivery locations. Or you can do it differently in the other way around. You can collect the boxes from 3 different locations, delivery to 1. Or you can stack the contracts and mix it all up, as we sometimes do. We pick up boxes from one location and deliver it to several locations, and at that several locations we have 2 boxes to pick up to deliver it back to the starting point. So this is what we figured out so far in the rookie rank is the highest complexity there is. Yeah, and you can repeat all these contracts over and over again. And what we've noticed is you can repeat contracts and your reputation will increase. Yeah, you do not need to do every single contract once. This was the suspicion that we had. If we would grind one contract after another, we would rank up fast. And as far as we noticed, we haven't done screenshots from the progress bar, but maybe we should do that at some point of time to really see after each contract what kind of progress the bar will make, in order to find out the pattern. If we do a higher reward contract, if the bar moves higher than if we just do a low complexity contract. But if we repeat the contract, it is basically just, we haven't really proof of it, but it feels like as if the progress bar moves the same amount to the right, even if we repeat contracts over and over again. And this is what we actually did after a while doing all these contracts. We tried to figure out where to make the best money. Yeah, and we found some loops here, and at RCorp, for example, there are from 4 to 5 contracts that you can take from by Genie Point down to, oh, we are already in the junior rank. What did we wrong?